Hello everyone, welcome back to another process video. Yes, another 6x8 pocket page layout. If you watched my last video, these are pictures from the same stop in Glasgow. This is the Glasgow Cathedral, sometimes also known as St. Mungo's Cathedral. And as before, lots of brown, kind of amber gold, as you can see in here. A little orangey, maybe with this and this, like a burnt orange here. My only colors here that really are prominent are purple, a little bit here too, and then this kind of darker pink here, a little bit of blue, a little bit of red, but those don't appear anywhere else. So I think I'm going to have to go with some purple elements or pink. Well, guess what? There's a problem with that. I've already looked through my stash before I even got to this just to kind of see what I had. I kid you not, I have nothing purple. In terms of cards, when I was looking for cards for these, there is not one that has purple on it that would go with this. So, was it on the Scrap Gals podcast? I think they were talking about how there's no purple in scrapbooking. This is true. I do have to say, though, with one caveat, that I did not go on the Project Life app to see if they would have something that would work. I was only looking through my stash, at least to start with, because I want to use up what I already have printed, either that I printed myself or that I bought ready to go. So I have a stack of some cards. And the other problem is that I don't know if I want a journal or if I just want a card that has a saying on it. I'm not sure. In the layout previous to this, there will be quite a bit of journaling. So I think I'm okay if I don't have any here, because really these are just different, various shots from around the inside of the cathedral. Like, I don't know that I need to tell the story of every little thing here. But because I can't really find cards that really look like I want them to look in there, I'm just not sure. So I pulled out a bunch, so I have a pile here. So these are what I'm going to start with. And if I can't get anything in here to work, then I may have to go to the Project Like app and print something. Or, I don't know, maybe go into some digital stores and find something. I don't know. But so, we're going to start with this. This is the first one, and I actually made this myself. This card came as it was. I think it's a Kelly Perky one. And then I had this as an embellishment from some chipboards that I had, and so I just put it on there. And I like it because it has the darker pink and it has red. So I could pull in this and this. However, it says, collect beautiful moments. And these photos certainly are beautiful. It was a beautiful cathedral. But I'm not sure that really, I don't know, sets the right tone for this. And it looks kind of very graphic and in your face. All these little boxes and lines compared to this. So I'm not quite sure it goes. But I'm keeping it as a contender, just because so far I'm not super happy with anything that I have found. So here's the next one. This definitely, is more pink, a little bit darker here, but mostly this color. And it just says wonderful with a date. There are lines there, so I would have to journal if I chose that one. But at least it matches, a little bit better with that. Here's another one that's kind of, it's sort of a pinky coral, but I think it's close enough. Since these aren't next to each other, you won't notice that they're not exact. I think it's close enough that maybe it could work. And I like it because I really wouldn't have to do anything up here. I could maybe find a wood veneer or a sticker or something to put up there and then just do a date or stamp something here. It wouldn't require me to really journal. So that is one of the advantages to a card that looks like this. Now my next one is similar in that it's got some darker pink, 2 shades. I could stamp something small here, write the date, and again, sticker, maybe a little bit of journaling. So it's less work than one of the other cards that has lots of lines on it. This one, I have to say, this is me being totally lazy. I like this one because it has pink in it, so yay, it matches, and I wouldn't have to do anything. It works. It's got gold in it, and there's certainly gold here. But again, my one problem with this one is, doesn't really go with the theme. It's like you're winning a ribbon for something. What would that be here? Like, yay, best cathedral in Scotland? I mean, I don't know. So, I don't know. I like the color, but I'm not totally sold on on the theme part or the tone of it. Here's another one, mostly pink. Very little that I would have to do here. I could do splatters. I could just stamp something, call it good. This one is a little more of the orangey, but it has both orange and pink. So it could match with these colors plus pink. And I think there's a little bit of a purple tone to that hue, almost like a mauve maybe or something. So it's not that far off from this. I'm just not sure about how bright that orange is. And then I have this one, which is very plain and subtle, and it definitely matches with this, but it's almost like it's too subtle. It's too plain. Yeah, it matches this, but it almost blends in too much. And then I have to journal. So I don't know. You can see why I'm not in love with any of these, really. This one I like because it's got some pink. I like that it's got this diagonal stripe thing happening. Plus, I would still be able to journal if I decide that I want to do that. So it's an option. It could also go this way if I wanted it to. You could really use it either way. So that does have some advantages. I don't know. And then this last one. This is very bright, and I think this is probably the closest to that photo. And it has the look of a tag, which I like. But again, I'm almost worried like that it's too casual. And then I do have to journal, or I need to find like a big embellishment that I could just put there. So these are my choices, which, you know, not super in love with any of them, but I have them all. So I have to think about what I'm going to do there. Now, having looked through all those and knowing that there's purple here, I have nothing purple. As I stated. Well, I think I have some enamel dots, but I don't have any cards. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to have to do some kind of a label over here, either up here in the dead space or down here, that's purple. But I also look through those. And do you think that I have a purple label? Nope. I have an entire IKEA thing full of labels. See? Here's the container. This whole thing is full. Not one purple in there. Highly disappointing. So I just took advantage of some Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, and I got my orders. They all came in now, and this is part of what I bought. I had been kind of lusting after these for a while, and so I finally decided, okay, you know, scrapbook.com was having a sale. These were on their site, so I gave in and bought them. I can make a purple label. Thank goodness. That's part of why I bought these, is because I hate it when I go to get a label and I don't have the exact color I need. It irritates me beyond belief. So now I can make a purple one. So I think I'm going to have to in order to bring that in here somewhere on this one, I think, just to separate, you know, this a little bit. But now I can at least make one. So that I'm not so worried about. The cards, I'm worried about. So I used my new stamps to make some label tags here. I did it in two different purples because I did this one first, which is Eggplant Envy from Stampin' Up. And it looked really, really dark, like almost black. So I wasn't sure about it. Now, when you hold it up to this, they're almost a perfect match. They look really good. This one, you can definitely tell that it's purple. It is a lot lighter. When you hold it up next to this, there's a clear difference there. I think personally I like this one better, but I may end up going with this one just because it does seem to match better. My other issue, is that when I put it over here, then I don't get the feeling that it is so close because it's so far from this and there's just a tiny little bit of purple there. But here's close up. If I hold up the picture and then I put that there, see, even the camera makes it look black, but it's actually just a dark purple. So I'm wondering if I should just go with it because in real life, when people are looking at it, they will be able to tell that it's a dark purple, hopefully. Or if I should just say, no, I'm going to go with this one because it's more clear that it's a purple and just hope that it's not too far off. I'm torn. I don't know. And I was planning to put a staple in, so I don't want to put it down and then have to rip it off again if I'm going to put a staple in there. So I'm going to look at these both a little bit more closely. And I'll do close-ups of both of them. They're the exact same stamp, just light purple, dark purple. I'm going to look at them a little bit more closely before I make my decision, and I might seek out some other opinions as well. I did ask for an opinion. I asked my son, who was just home from school, and he said the lighter purple showed up better. So I'm taking his word for it, and I decided to use that one. And then I didn't really have a phrase or anything that fit with what I wanted, so I just did an arrow because it's pointing in the direction of this beautiful pulpit, and then it leads the eye to the other side of the layout as well. So now that I have that figured out, the other major problem was what to do in this pocket up here, and I think I've decided that I'm going to go with this card. I was really on the fence. I almost picked that ribbon one that said good stuff that had the gold. And then I decided, that doesn't really go, and I shouldn't just take the easy way out. So I decided to go with this one. I don't want a journal though. So I'm going to see if I have some kind of like a chipboard embellishment or a big sticker or something that I can do in this white space, since I don't want words there. So I'll see what I can do. I figured out what to do with the card. So I did go with this one. I hate ampersands. It seems like they come with everything nowadays. Every embellishment kit or sheet of not cardboard, what am I trying to say? These things. Chipboard. There we go, chipboard. It seems like they come with everything, and I hate them. I don't know how to use them, and they end up being the last thing left. As you can see, there's one right here. This is Maggie Holmes Bloom, and I just had it sitting there, and finally I thought, you know what, I'm going to use it on this layout. It's got the sparkly gold, which, you know, there's gold elements in there. That'll work here and up here with the lighting and everything. So I thought, all right, I'll just use it somehow, get rid of it. And then I used the same purple as over here, and I just put wow. So, and wow. And that's kind of how it felt to just stand there and look. So I think it's appropriate. And then, as I did in my last video, I'm going to ink the edge of the card in this chalk ink, brown, just to bring in those brown and gold hues. So it'll look like that. And then, looking at it now, I'm wondering if I should fill in this little hole here with something. I have little rhinestones that would fit in there. Or if I should just leave it white. That's how it would look if I didn't do anything else to it. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it. I like the white. You know, this is full of color here, and this, you know, the white here kind of breaks it up here and here. So I'm going to leave it, I think. I can always add a rhinestone or something later if I want to. So let's put everything in the pockets here. And then we'll really get to see how it looks behind the page protectors. That's always the true test. So there's that one. Get these all loaded in here. And the last one in the lower right. All right. So there is the completed layout, and I'm happy with it. I was worried about it in the beginning because I didn't have a card that would work, and I was worried about that purple, but I think it all came together in the end. So here's some close-ups. Here's the left side, and the pictures are gorgeous. I mean, can't beat that cathedral. And there's the right side. So I'm calling it done. Thanks for watching, everybody.